Dear student, today I am going to start the subject Machine Learning Module 1. Before starting that Module 1, we'll see what is the need for studying Machine Learning subject, what are the prerequisites required for studying this subject, course outcomes and course objectives, and what are the textbooks required. After that, we'll go for introduction about machine learning, and then we'll define well-posed learning problems. This is the outline of today's presentation. So we'll see one by one. First, we'll see the course objectives. After that is this machine learning course will enable students to define machine learning and understand basic theory underlying machine learning. Then they can differentiate supervised, unsupervised and reinforcement learning. Then understand the basic concepts of learning based on decision tree. Then they can understand neural networks and Bayesian problem techniques. So that will be discussed in the module 3. Okay, after that they can understand instant based learning and reinforcement learning. This will be defined in the next module. Then perform statistical analysis of machine learning techniques. Then what is the course outcome? After studying this course, students will be able to, because this course contains 5 modules, each module some of the algorithms concepts are covered. For example, in the first module, the introduction, students after studying the first module, students can able to understand what is meant by machine learning, what are the places the machine learning concept is used, and that is based on the then after studying this complete module they can able to choose the learning technique and investigate concept learning is explained in first module with the help of finders algorithm and candidate elimination algorithm. And then next they can understand and identify characteristics of decision tree learning and appropriate problems to solve with that method, and apply effectively neural networks and for the appropriate problems. Then Bayesian technique for to define the task. And then next they have studied instant based learning and reinforcement learning to evaluate the hypothesis. This people can do it after studying this course. Then what are the textbooks it is used means? Textbooks used is Tom M. Mitchell, this is the author name, title is Machine Learning, that in India edition 2013, McGraw Education. Okay, this is the only textbook, it covers the complete syllabus. Okay, so you can buy this book and even e-copy is available, so I'll share it. Then prerequisites. So in order to study this subject, machine learning subject, students should have some prior knowledge in that. The following subjects. So already you people have studied data structures and deep database management system, and also you have studied some of the programming languages like you have studied C, then Java, then Python. So that especially for the now to understand the subject, you need to know the language Python, because the implementation we are going to do it in Python only. Java also you can use it, but Python, because of more library functions, it is easy. Okay, with more there's a reason for in order to study that machine learning subject, Python is one of the important one. Then next is you have studied algorithm design. Algorithm subject you have studied in the second subject you have studied in second year. So that is also required to understand study this subject. And mathematical concepts, basics of probability and statistics you have studied in math subject. These are the basic requirement to study this machine learning subject. Then a module wise description. In this subject, module 1, it is introduction part and content. This concept learning is defined in module 1. Module 2 completely covers decision tree learning. Module 3 artificial neural networks. Module 4 Bayesian learning. Module 5 is evaluating hypothesis, instant burst learning and reinforcement learning. We'll see one by one. So first we'll see the introduction about this. So nowadays, all you people know, you know as a computer students, computer science students, you know how to write a program for it to get the specific with the specific input and output. So here, what suppose for example, if you take finding the square root of a quadratic equation, we are writing a program set up with then what are the input we are giving, based on that thing we are getting output. In that program, if you are going to run first time, you will get some output, same input after 10 years, after you have used so many times in that program, after that you are going to give the same that input, you are going to get the same output same time. The performance is nowhere it is improved. Okay, so that is the main thing and main drawback of normal programming languages. And then that is the reason. So what we are making, no, so here we are making machine to learn from the experience. Okay, so that is a main thing. Then automatically the performance will be improved. If based on the experience, the performance will be improved. That is the main aim of this machine learning subject. So imagine computers learning from medical records with the treatments are most effective for new disease. Okay, because medical history, we have so many people history. That is with that computers will learn that from the medical records, means it can find out the best treatment for the any disease. Okay, then houses learning from experience to optimize energy costs. So in that house, we will be having the different electrical equipments, like we will be having the lights, and we'll be having that fan and washing machine, AC, fridge, and so on. So suppose based on that was a 1 year or 6 months data, that housing houses learning from, it will learn from the experience how much energy is required, how much power consumption is required for each month and each item, and so on. Okay, so this is the introduction, that is, this is a need for studying that machine learning subject. So the successful applications of machine learning are, so first thing is learning to recognize spoken words, then learning to drive an autonomous vehicle. Okay, now you know many autonomous vehicles are coming. Learning to classify new astronomical structures. Okay, so learning to play world class backgammon game. It's like a chess game. Okay, so this everything with experience only can learn. For example, recognizing spoken words, with the same thing we can link with the kids. I mean, it's a baby. So baby will learn step by step. In the first year, so the baby knows only very few words. Second year, it knows some more words. But based on the experience, it is learning. Okay. And then why is machine learning important? Okay, why it is important means, so some tasks cannot be defined well, okay, except by examples. For example, recognizing people, we can't write a normal program like that. With that example only we can define some examples will show, then we'll can tell the machine based on the same similar types of things are there, means based on that thing it is going to recognize. So that is the thing. And relationships and correlations can be written within large amount of data. That we know, if we'll take that medical data or banking database or scientific data, large amount of informations are hidden from that hidden informations and relationships are hidden in the database system. So that for that may be able to that is machine learning or data mining may be able to find those relationships. Either data mining technique or machine learning technique is required to extract the patterns and relationships, and the amount of knowledge available about certain task might be too large for explicit encoding by humans. Okay, it is very suppose we will take medical data, means there are vast amount of data, so it is way too large to use by the human being. So the better we'll use machine, it is easy. And we will take that environment, it is going to change over the time. Okay, based on the time it is going to change. Then new knowledge about task is constantly being discovered by humans. Okay, it is constantly it is discovered, each and every second the discovery is going on. Okay, so it will difficult to continuously redesign systems by hand. That means So continuously it is changing. Day each and every second it is very difficult to change the system. So we are making the machine to learn, and based on the situation it is going to react. Then areas of influence for machine learning. There are different main areas